That's how I feel right now. Yuki was lying in a Western-style casket covered with beautiful flowers. They wanted her corpse to lie in an ancestral gravesite in China. Bury me too. Alan, I want you to go to China with my sister on the airplane tomorrow. Normally I would want to go too. However, City 23 is in a critical situation now. I cannot leave the city, so please, take care of my sister. Are you sure? Leaving Yuki to me like this? I believe Yuki would be happier to be mourned by her husband rather than her brother. Stop! I've already told those on the other end that you are my family and my sister's husband. You will want for nothing. You need not worry about anything. Lee knew how Alan felt. Though he was doing it to bury Yuki's body, he would have to leave Japan in just one day. To Alan, it probably felt like abandoning everything and running away. Yuki's death, and the deep-rooted discord with Keith, the one who killed her. I'd fucking torture that fuck! However, because he was Keith's partner, he could understand his sadness and pain. I don't give a fuck! He should understand his pain then. If I hadn't fallen in that gunfight, if I hadn't slept for several days, if I could have been by Keith's side, then Keith probably wouldn't have made that mistake he did. Doubt. Doubt. In fact, we might have exposed the fact that the GDS was framed and that today's incident might never have happened. If they'd actually listened to Alan, maybe. I don't fucking think they'd listen to Alan. I honest to God don't think so. I think Alan could have gotten there and been like, yo, they tried to kill Yuki. I almost died protecting her. 100%. I don't know if they'd actually believe him. I feel like they would put him on the outside and be like, he's kind of out of it. And then slowly try to work it. Say like, oh, you know that girl he's fucking? Yeah, that's actually Lee's sister. I feel like they'd easily just flip it on him. I do not believe that at all. I feel like he's just blaming himself for shit that wouldn't have mattered. Even now, shouldn't I be heading for Primavera right away to tell them that the GDS wasn't responsible for that incident? It wouldn't matter. They've already literally branded him a traitor. It doesn't matter. Forget about all of that. Please, leave it to me. For now, please immerse yourself in memories of my sister, and think only of staying by her side. I would never leave her side. Alan kept hanging his head, staring at the beautiful face of Yuki as she slept. However, regardless of whether he wanted to or not, he couldn't remain in Tokyo any longer. Because Primavera had put a price on Alan's head for colluding with the GDS. During the attack, Maurice had realized that Alan knew Keith was the sniper. If he let Alan run free, there was a danger that, through him, it would become known that Primavera was behind the attack. Yep, doesn't matter. Because he's a fucking scumfuck. Maurice had advised Richard immediately. Richard had agreed at once, and by that night, all of Primavera had been notified about the price on Alan Aramaki's head. Because they have no fucking loyalty. None. Primavera, who wanted the attack to look like the work of a mysterious outsider, couldn't afford to let Alan live. Primavera claimed that an unknown group was behind this attack. However, because it couldn't deny the possibility that the GDS had been pulling the strings, they rejected the offer to fight alongside the GDS. In return, the GDS criticized Primavera, claiming that the enemy attack against the top-level meeting had been caused by the flaws of Primavera's security. True! Literally. They announced that they would freeze all relations with Primavera until they apologized. That's not going to happen. Of course, they long had sensed that Primavera was behind the sniping incident. However, if he acknowledged that and the two sides become enemies, they just danced the true mastermind's tune. After careful deliberations, Long put avoiding a feud as his top priority, restraining action by tightening the tension of the Cold War and trying to get control of the situation. If they could actually meet for, like, legit-wise, just Long saying, dude, I know you fucking did it, but I'm not a dumb fuck like you, and I know it's someone else that's trying to get us to fight. So maybe if you want to stop being fucking emotional, you'd get your fucking head into this. That's how I would do it. That's how I'd approach it, at least. Even Richard didn't want to stir up trouble in the wake of a failed sniper attack. Furthermore, he needed time to strengthen Primavera's fighting force if he wanted to truly enact his revenge. He's so stupid. Christ. Though the goals of each party were different, both wanted to buy time, so they both accepted a Cold War situation. Come to think of it, Primavera and GDS had been in a Cold War situation ever since the Soy Sauce War, but that had only been on the surface. However, this time it really was truly a Cold War. Cold War packed with enough tension that the slightest touch might start it boiling. Of course, all that hope of improving Sino-Japanese economic relations through the Distribution Association had been erased. Because we like killing girls! The smart people of this fucking game! The only thing that tormented them was the fact that Rose's, Yuki's, and Stella's joint efforts had all crumbled to nothingness. And with today's sniping incident, all would be buried in darkness. Neither Primavera nor the GDS would want to broach the subject of that incident. All of the victims, starting with Yuki, had died in vain. Of course, that included Oliver, who had become a victim defending a body double. Feels like running away from this city, so I don't want to go. But even I don't know how to resolve these feelings inside of me. It's about Keith Kisaragi, isn't it? He's your enemy, the one who tormented Yuki, shaming her and killing her. Slaughter him. If I could, I'd like to tear him to pieces by my own hands. However, I have no right to ignore you and do it myself. Lee had regained his composure. Lee, you and me both, brother. I am on your side. 100%. He had suppressed the demon in his heart, telling him to avenge his sister, choosing instead to see the big picture with the dragon's dignity. He was Black Dragon Lee, a leading member of the GDS and the leader of Small Rock Chinatown. We fucking killed the American, fucking us over, and then I kill Keith, just to make me feel fucking better. As a leader who just put aside personal grudges, who must put aside personal grudges and protect the lifestyle of his countrymen, he'd overcome the pain of his heart. Of course, that didn't mean the flames of anger and sadness had dispersed. They would still remain as a seed deep inside his heart, burning deep inside his chest, tormenting him. And Alan was the same. Alan, I want you to fucking slaughter Keith. I want you to torture him. Fuck him. I want him to die. If you asked whether I feel hatred or not, I'd have to say I do. If only I could just hate him. It'd be so much easier for my heart. Keith Kisaragi, a pitiable man. Did he really believe he could clear away the pain of losing Stella by such means? Without your admonishment, I would have probably been the same. I would have irresponsibly thrown away my life by trying to get closer to a corpse. Or I would have become a demon of revenge, eventually making the mistake that I'd never be able to take back. There's no way Yuki would have wanted that. True. Yuki would never have wanted that. And neither would Stella. True! This is how I know he doesn't know Stella. I can imagine that she would have wanted Richard and Keith to become demons of revenge. And that's what's so pitiable. It is also the source of your reluctance. You want to talk to Keith before leaving Japan, yes? What would you do if you met him? Not sure. There's probably nothing I can do. I'd fucking drown his ass. I'd hold him underwater. Still, he might have it in him. He doesn't care. Alan is way more moral, righteous, and good than Keith ever thought he could be. Together, we stained the snow and crawled through the pit of death and came back alive. In a way different from Yuki, in another dimension. He's my lifelong companion. It's an emotion only the two of you can share. Then perhaps you ought to show him after all. Show him what? Lee took a folded piece of paper out of his pocket and held it out. It was written in Alan's partner's handwriting. It was a letter inviting Alan to come to a certain place in the Harbor District that night before dawn. Kill him! Slaughter him! Nothing else was written there. However, he could tell. Keith also didn't want this sort of farewell, like disappearing into the mist. with the partner he had gone to the brink of death with. Oh, I'll show you the brink of death, motherfucker. Do it, Alan. Do it. He wants to fucking kill you. Of course, that had nothing to do with making up or licking each other's wounds. It's a challenge to a duel. It was thrown into one of my stores. Both of us probably need some resolution. Alan, you are a god. To be honest, I didn't want to show it to you. You have a job now to go to China alive and mourn for Yuki. You can't pretend like today never happened. And neither can I. I can't settle my hatred for the way he shot Yuki repeatedly when she couldn't resist. Nor can I settle my memories as his partner. Fuck him. If you go, one of you or perhaps both of you will die. I doubt either of us have any idea how it will end. I know how it will end. But they both pull out their guns, hating each other. He will pull the first gun. Alan will be reluctant to pull his gun, but then end up probably... I want to say he kills Keith. He's not going to kill Keith. 100%. He'll be like, whatever. Spit on him and leave. I'd want to kill him. Or would they shed tears together at this tragedy, hugging each other? That shit's not happening. This dude's insane. Both Alan and Keith. He doesn't give a flying fuck about Alan. And it's sad. They didn't know what they wanted to do. What they wanted to say. What they wanted to hear when they met. However, they did know just one thing. They had to meet. If Yuki had been here, what would she say? Are you stupid? What's the point in meeting him? Can you forgive each other? Can you understand each other? What productive thing will you be able to do? You weren't born so you could hurt and be hurt by someone else. Isn't that right, Alan? She'd be like, no, you're staying here, bitch. Yuki. This is how men settle matters between them. I'll see you later, Lee. I'll make a clean break with our relationship and our past. And I'll resolve matters so I can spend the rest of my life thinking of only memories of her. Good. King. As a man, I cannot stop you. I hope that you come back here alive. Thank you, brother. Just as Keith met Stella and built a new family with Yuji, I met Yuki and built a new family. We were young. We mistakenly thought that being close friends was something that lasted forever. But when both friends build new families, you can grow distant unbelievably easily. Keith. It seems the time has come for us as well. When you kill him, at least fucking teabag him. It's the only way to do it. Fuck this camping little bitch. Let me drown him. Give me an option. Please. I need my blood. Alan might not want revenge, but I do. This scumfuck tortured her for no other reason than pure, sick, sadistic pleasure. The two of them just silently stared at each other, listening to the crude sound of waves hitting the wharf. Their eyes were completely dry. Of course, it wasn't because they wanted to look at each other that way. They wanted to show some emotion, but they didn't know what. They felt all emotions, or was it a mixture of love and hate? I'm feeling only hate, brother. No, perhaps it was hesitation. They might not have known why they had to face off against each other with expressions like that. Keith has no right to be angry at Alan. There is zero justification for that. Fuck that. If he, even tries to start moralizing his position, oh god, I'll fucking lose it. Until a few days ago, they had been the best of partners. They had stuck together through joys and sorrows, living on the brink of death. They had supposedly been a couple in a way that surpassed blood ties and gender. Or who could have predicted that on the day of that cursed incident, their relationship would change so much? Even God in heaven probably couldn't have predicted it, much less these two. And so, their hearts were probably just full of hesitation, as they were of that mixture of love and hate. his chest. How could they face up to that emotion? Most likely they both wanted the other to tell them. Keith needs to apologize. That's how this ends. That's how it starts, ends. Alan owes nothing. Like, I don't want this to be, like, equivocated at all. Acting like it's, like, a both sides thing, I'll lose my fucking mind. There's one person that did something bad, and the other one that was literally did nothing wrong. If the other howls, I'll howl. If the other cries, I'll cry. However, as they peered into the dry eyes of the other, they couldn't see any sign of either of those emotions. It's gotten cold. You're right, I can hear the sound of a blizzard. So that we could come back from that snowy plain, we became a couple on that day. You're right. You don't understand it, right? Yeah. This past week has been too many things I haven't understood. The two of them fell silent again. Then Alan broke out in a grin first, because both of them had realized that the other didn't feel apologetic. Oh, what? It had been the same for Keith. Most likely both of them had the same rule inside their heads. If the other apologizes, I'll forgive everything. Now fuck this little bitch. There is no equivocation here. Fuck you. Don't care. You can die. I don't want him to apologize. There is nothing to apologize for. I'll be so mad if he does. Then they realized that neither had any intention of apologizing. They both came here for the same rule in their heads. If they had both been aware of that, all of the silence up until now would have been broken easily. Would Stella have wanted you to take revenge like that? It's not just Stella's feelings. To protect the future for Yuji, for the others, for our countrymen, we cannot allow the presence of foreigners. Wow, okay. The GDS wasn't responsible for that incident. Yes, it was. How can you be so sure? I saw proof. I saw letters detailing Lee's secret conversations. It's a forgery made by someone to deceive us. Of course, we had it carefully investigated, and as a result, by the same people who gave you the letters. You moron! Well, there you have it. I can't say anything more to someone connected to GDS like you. I failed when I let that woman get close to you. Yeah, fucking women. Fucking literal incel now. She must have been planning to get you on their side from the beginning. Don't insult Yuki. I was hampered by our trust, our unwillingness to intrude on each other's personal lives. Yes, it was my failure as a member of the couple we were. I should have tried harder to learn what sort of woman you were going out with. If I did that, I'd have figured out that she was Lee's sister, a trap to win you over with her. I told you to stop that. When Alan's tone grew stronger, Keith swallowed his words. You're gonna die. Yes! Yes! Let's stop this meaningless exchange of words. You executed Yuki right in front of Lee and me. A woman who was defenseless and had committed no crime, and you executed her brutally to settle a personal grudge. If you had apologized first, I was going to forgive you. But it looks like that's no good. Looks like I won't be able to forgive you. I'm the one who can't forgive you. You betrayed me and Primavera. This is so... Oh, God. Even though we swore to fight for the future of our countrymen, when we entered Primavera, you betrayed that oath. That's right, you knew that incident was going to occur. That was the fake attack against Yuki, to set up the GDS who wouldn't be suspected. So the GDS wouldn't be suspected. You were involved in that, helping the GDS support its false claims that they were victim too. You knew, Alan. On that day, you knew Stella and Yuji would be killed. What? Stop it. You pretended you were excited to go on a date with Yuki, but you really were sneering at me. You sneer... One of this is real, and the other is just like some fucking fever dream. What the shit? You sneered at me, and as I left, unknowing that Stella and Yuji would die that day. Stop it. If you just told me, Stella and Yuji wouldn't have died. It's just as though you killed them. You did kill them. So it's only natural that I killed Yuki back. Retributive justice. A just revenge. So you knew! Fuck off. You did know. bitch. I hate this. That's enough, Kisaragi. At some point, a completely emotionless smile had risen to Alan's face. Execute him. I'm liking this Alan now. Gloves coming off. Keith needs to get slapped across the fucking face and get over himself. Christ. Keith was the only person in the world who knew that what it meant when Alan looked at you like that. So Keith tried to put on a same smile, but he couldn't. Oh, you're gonna get your ass beat, bitch. So he let his emotion show on his face and returned to a hate-filled gaze. And you can see that neither of us can forgive the other. Even so, it was worth it for us to come alone to this wharf so late at night. I can't forgive you. I feel the same. You killed Stella. And you killed Yuki. Literally. Until a short while ago, they had been standing side by side. At some point, as though a metaphor for their hearts, they had moved 10 meters away from each other and were facing off. Oh, actually 10 ooh, wow. Actual showdown. Both already knew that they were standing at that distance. And by now, neither could disobey their own will. Shoot first, Alan. Oh, God, I don't want to bury Alan. Please. They couldn't disobey unless the other folded. Please, Alan. Fucking kill this bitch. I'm so angry. I need it. And so it was inevitable. They confronted their unavoidable fate. Go apologize to Stella and Yuji. You're the one who need to apologize to Stella. If you do, I'll let you be my old partner again. True. Damn. Damn. So true. You aren't my partner anymore. We should have died on that day on that snowy plain. See, here comes the sound of the blizzard. Shoot him. A pure white snowy plain, a forest of frozen conifer trees. We huddled together waiting for the blizzard to pass. We hugged each other, feeling only the warmth from the other, as the world was covered in snow. And when we survived the blizzard and gazed up at the sun through the clouds, we laughed together, enjoying the simple fact that we were alive. Hey, I was right. He pulled the gun first. Called it. It's all an illusion, seen on the brink of freezing death. Even now, we're still there in the snow. That's right. This is all a brief illusion we're seeing, as we die buried in the snow. Wouldn't it be wonderful if that were true? Then even this would be an illusion. My boy don't fucking miss. There's no other way we'd end up trying to kill each other. Alan, I'm sure we'll wake up. Either I'll wake you up, or you'll wake me up. Alan! Thank God, I don't have to fucking do it as Keith. Yes, Alan. Do it! He's my king. Fuck Keith. I'm so mad. I can't believe he's trying to equivocate Alan in this shit. Oh, it's unbelievable. No, I don't want to fucking attack Alan. No. Oh, no. Let me lose. Oh, I don't want to fuck my score, though. Fuck. I don't want to do as Keith. Oh, God. This feels gross. Oh, this is the wrong side. This is the enemy side. Fuck. I want to know the fucking Keith fans. I want to know who's on Keith's side. Fuck. There's no excuse. There's no way you can justify both of these. Hit the Yuki. If that was a KO, that'd be so based. Bitch. I just want Alan to win because he is in the moral position. He's in the good position. Oh, he's gonna fucking actually beat the shit out of him. Good. I honest to God think if he just beats the shit out of Keith, something good will happen. And he'll be like, oh wait, I'm actually in the wrong here. Maybe. Like, very, very big maybe. But if he has to fucking kill him, so be it. He tortured Yuki for literally no reason. And super fucked. Ooh. Yeah, I really hate him for that. Especially because he fucking knew. He knew her. He saw her. Multiple times. And I really object to Alan being in the red at any point. Good. Good job, Alan. Salute to the king. Never lose. Oh. As Keith crouched down, blood started seeping from his side. Give him another one for Yuki. Bam! At first he'd smile, trying to act tough, but before long he couldn't bear the pain. Alan slowly rose from behind cover. Slowly with his gun barrel still pointed at Keith. Hit him again. Two-tap him. As Keith crouched, he rolled into a ball and finally lay on the ground. After seeing this, Alan slowly lowered his gun. Even looking at his moaning partner, Alan's expression didn't change. He still wore the same completely blank expression as when he had been shooting. Alan. After their gazes crossed for a while, Alan turned around. Wordlessly without a second glance. For some reason, Keith's expression twisted even more than when the bullet hit him. Alan! Alan didn't turn around. Choke and die. Lit by the wharf lights, drenched by waves, his back disappeared into the distance. Alan. Alan! We're partners, right? Fellow partners, right? You literally said we weren't. We survived that silver hell together. On that mountain of snow, we swore to each other that we'd live together. See, we can't say goodbye like this. Alan! Alan! Keith, you fucked up. You can't be asking for, like... You can't be crying now. Leo, come back! Christ! Stop fucking around on an island! Because I know what side he'd fucking join. It ain't fucking Primaveras. Poor Zell. Yo, if Zell came back, that'd be pretty base too. Oliver's not coming back though. Yuki! Fuck, Keith. Oh god, I'm so pissed. I don't understand how he could have this position. Like, oh, tortures her, and then it's like, yo, wait, dude, come back. I'm not sorry or anything, but like, come back. Insane to me. Alan is always in the right. I mean, I doubt he's gonna die there, but... Oh, finally, can we get Jean here? Yes! She works with the GDS, 100%. Thanks. More points. I feel like I've hit like the max rank thing on this thing. Whew. Brutal. That was a brutal sequence.